this interface to explain how we can read in files in Visual Studio, Visual Basic rather. So now let's use this, and we want to read two separate files. One will show here, the other one will show here. Once we click on this button, so let's start with this one. Click on this button, then write a code inside. But before you start the code, first of all, import system.io. So that will allow you to use your file system. So then after then there is a you will declare a variable. Okay, a variable, let's call the variable data set. So then as string, equal to files, then files, since we have declared the system.io at initial, we can be able to use file system now. Read all line, open bracket, close bracket. Then here we supply the path to the file that I want to read. So now on my system now, this is where the file I want to read in. I want to read in this file. So to get the address or the path to this file, I'll click on this address bar. Then on this address bar, just press backslash. Then you see the list of the the data, the files there. So I'll just select this one. Then sorry. So backslash, the one I want to read as this ULS system. So I'll just copy it. I'll just copy the part, then come and paste it in my code. So here, paste it here. So once I paste it there, that means that this file command, this guy will read the old data, the old file text inside the file and store it in this variable called dataset. So now you want to display the files that has already been stored in the dataset now. So we can use for each loop. For each loop, we just use for each. Let's declare a variable called each record. Let's say for each record in dataset. For each record in dataset, then our listbox one dot items dot add. So we add the items dot add, then open bracket, then our record. So we had the record. So if you run this code now, you see what will happen. Mean that now once you click on this thing, you see, if you can go and check the files, this is the file that we read in. You see, this is the record that is inside the file. So now let's go and do it for the second one so that it will be more clearer. So now let's come to this place. You want to do, if you run the program that we run now, this guy, if you click on this one, it will not show anything because we have not coded anything inside. So let's close this guy and then run code on another guy. Let's do the same thing. We just declare a variable in dataset as string. So as string, then it equals to 0. So it equals to 5 dot read lines, read all lines. Then here we supply the path to the file that we want to read. This time around, let's read another file. So let's say we want to read this file. So let's open it first and see what is inside this guy. We want this thing to show in our Listbox. So let's read this one. Then we copy the path to this guy with backslash, then the YZ something, yeah. So good. Then copy the whole part, copy it, then paste it inside your code. This place, paste it. That means you have stored the data inside this thing, and you have it should be inside quotation. Don't forget that it should be inside quotation. So good now. So the data has been stored inside this data set. So to read this file, you just use for each loop, then you just say your record, or how to let's say read in a string. This is string data. So a string in the data set. So then for each record as string, sorry, as here. So in data set. Then we have listbox2 dot items dot add. Then we add our rec, this guy. So then if you run this code now, you see that the other field Listbox we also have data. You see, if you can check that files that we inputting, this file, this is the same data inside. Shall I compare the, so let's see, uh, yeah, shall I compare the, then the first one that we did is here. So I think this explanation is well clear. So thank you very much. Thank you.